Hello, everyone. Welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you very much for joining me here today. We're taking another look at Sandbox, and before we do, quick peek over at Bitcoin, see what's going on. It's actually doing very well, all things considered. It's trying to push closer to 59,000. We had an awesome bear flag push up here, if you will, where it just kind of went up, broke through that traditional type of pattern, and then went right through 58,000, right? So it's as if that didn't even exist as a resistance, which is great. So hopefully we can consider 58,000 a new support. We do want the one-day candlestick to close above that in order to have that come to fruition, essentially. But if we're going to trend between 58 and 60,000 in the near future, that'd be perfectly fine. Let some of these, some of these other altcoins kind of resume back on track, because that that 10% or that 5% decrease a couple of days ago really put a damper on things, right? There's a significant fear index. Now it's starting to subside, more money coming into the market, people trying to get Bitcoin before it's too late, and we're going to start seeing this likely continue to the upside. Just bear in mind, we have a strong resistance right in between 60 and 61,000, and that's caused by a tremendous amount of volume. We also have the 200-day simple moving average on the 4-hour chart working as a potential resistance here. We are above the 50 right now, however, that's great news. And also note too, with the 1-day chart, we also have the 50-day simple moving average right here at that range. So it's kind of one of those good bad situations, I guess you could say, but not terrible ultimately. We have mostly good sentiment here, but you can see a lot of volume right at 61,000 over the past couple of weeks. So again, that's kind of where we're at. Just keep in mind, 61,000 is a strong resistance channel for Bitcoin. We're going to need to close on the 1-day candlestick above that in order to have some kind of bullish momentum back to the upside. I'm going to feel much more confident in the market if we're at 60,000 or higher. All right, go and take a look at Sandbox. And just before we do, I just want to let you know I'm not a financial advisor, right? I'm sure you heard that before, but just note, I say that because I love teaching people how to trade, though. That's the difference, right? So this is for educational purposes, of course. And in that sense, I hope that you can find benefit, learn what you can, comment below if you do. But more importantly, I do have a trading community as well. If you need kind of an extra leg up, I share signals for every single trade that I take, and you get a chance to be able to identify, what a good trade looks like and how to properly structure them. Because really, it's not really, to be a good trader, it's mostly about risk tolerance. It isn't about just finding the best entry. It's maximize your potential with those entries, of course, is also key. Anyways, you'll get what I mean by that as we progress here. So taking a look at the 1-day chart, we can see moving averages, null and void. Don't really care about that right now. We're over 70 still on the RSI, which is great. We want to try to stay there to keep this bullish momentum moving forward. I think we're going to be able to resume that or continue that based on a strong green candle from yesterday. Today's that natural correction, and we'll look at the smaller time frames to identify what I mean by that, but we're looking very good here. This is very standard behavior for Sandbox and just healthy coins, right? So a coin that has good continuation like this, we should expect this to be a higher low, and it'll just continue to move up. It may bounce off this next clear support, but we'll see here soon. Takeaway here is the fact that the 50-day simple moving average is working its way up. That's fantastic. That'll hold as a strong support level moving forward. It was tested and rejected one time already. So that's a good sign. We're over 50 on the RSI as well. Over 50, under 70, fantastic. That's like the sweet spot for any type of bullish momentum, specifically on the 4-hour chart. I prefer 70 plus RSI on the 1-day, and of course 50 to 70 on the 4-hour regarding the RSI. Again, that's the relative strength index letting us know that it's not oversold and it's not really necessarily overbought. It's pretty much just kind of right in the middle, and it's a good position to be in, right? We've also got this potential divergence on the MACD. I wouldn't read too much into that considering it's kind of a smaller decrease. That's just kind of letting you know that the bears took control of the last 12 hours. And right now we could see that reversal coming through here with this green candle. We'll look at the 1-hour chart and identify that, but I do like what I see here because keep in mind, these lower lows are getting higher, and these higher highs are essentially higher than the previous, right? So all good things there. This is a good continuation. Even if the price comes down a little further to 665, 670, we'll still be in a good position to see the price increase higher, I feel, based on that sentiment alone. But again, we'll take a smaller look at the 1-hour chart and see what I mean by that. And here we are. Let's talk about that really quick. Higher low, lowest low, all right? So these are still effectively higher. Same with the higher highs here as well. So you can't really see that on the 4-hour chart, but you can definitely identify that in the 1-hour, that we are making consistent higher highs and higher lows. So that's very good stuff right there. I like to see that. We'll see what the cloud tells us. Now we got good and bad information here. So let me go ahead and explain what I mean by that. Because Ichimoku cloud being above the cloud is awesome. That's more so bullish, right? We want to stay above the cloud. there's a great chance the price continues sideways. It'll essentially continue upwards and work as a support. That's extremely common, especially on bullish trends like this when we have higher highs and higher lows. So we're good there. That's all good. The only concern I have is that this lagging span, or correction, sorry, it's considered the conversion line, is touching the baseline here. If this were to come below and the baseline were to be higher, that's usually considered an exit your position signal. Same with this guy here intersecting with the price action. It is kind of bouncing and staying above, very similar to what you see with the cloud. But what I'm getting at is the fact that once this intersects with the price action, which it pretty much already kind of has, that's considered an exit strategy according to Ichimoku Cloud. Now, Ichimoku Cloud is extremely conservative, right? So keep that in mind. It's pretty much just saying, hey, this is dropped far enough, you might want to consider taking your profit. However, we could very well see a bounce here soon. The price could continue to progress upwards, and that would cause this lagging span to come up with a price, and we could essentially, scratch that out completely, right? But what we're seeing here is slightly conflicting information, and it makes sense based on how low this low went. It got down much further than it traditionally would, just based on the fact that it's been selling off for a decent amount of time right now. Now, taking a look at the TD sequential, this is why I feel like we're okay. And the main reason why is the fact that we see a 9 here on TD sequential, kind of giving us the idea or the sentiment that we shouldn't expect the price to come down much lower. Now, it could still come down, don't get me wrong, that's not a guarantee, but what this implies is that we should see at least a consolidation or perhaps an increase to the upside soon. I'm guessing that we're going to see an increase more rather than consolidation, based on the simple fact that this has good momentum. We have Bitcoin kind of on the right side of the tracks there, and it'll kind of continue that higher high, higher low pattern that we have here forming. Okay, so mostly good stuff here. Again, not 100% like take a full-on position and just ride it to the moon right now, right? We don't have that. We don't have that full confirmation from the cloud, and we need to break through some of these resistance levels, such as $7.47. So if this next high can break the plane of 780, we'll be in really good shape. But step number one is to get this to come up here and at least cross the plane of 750. So we want the price to be between 750 and 780 to kind of have a better, more confident, push to the upside. But just note that we're in pretty good shape here right now overall. So if you are, all in on Sandbox, feel free to dollar cost average. It's not a bad value. The price, I feel, will only continue to increase. Worst case scenario comes down to 667. You add your position there as well, and then it bounces off that key level support. That's what we're looking at. But keep in mind, 850 is a major resistance channel. So just say you took entry right now, you could be at about an 18 to 20% gain. Once we pass that all-time high, we can reevaluate and understand what that looks like. But I would say best case scenario for Sandbox is about $13 range, and it would and should take roughly no less than, I would say, a week or two to get there. And that's kind of just being conservative / realistic in my opinion, based on the fact that it took 2 days for the price to increase 150%. It could likely happen in 2 days, right? See, we could see Sandbox up there day after tomorrow by the 1st of December. That could happen, right? But I'd much rather set the right expectation and give it some time, because if it does go that high, we could expect a significant retracement, and we don't want that. We want healthy continuation, healthy patterns, which we're seeing right here. This up over patterns are what we're looking for, right? So the price comes up, comes over, up, over, correction, up, over. Like, it's basically making higher highs and higher lows. That's what you ultimately want to identify, and essentially that's where we're at. So all good things here for Sandbox, okay? That's the takeaway, and I think we'll definitely be double digits by year end. I'm confident of that. It's just a matter of how we get there, right? Between now and then, what's going to happen, we don't know specifically, but it does look like we are making some really nice continuation patterns here, and I do feel that 667 should be the bottom, or at least if nothing else, a very, very strong support level to bounce off that key level support 50 on the RSI and the 4-hour. All right, so that's pretty much what we're looking at here. We'll go ahead and review Sandbox again here tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Greatly appreciate each and every one of you, specifically my patron. And obviously, I hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take good care. Thank you very much.